Greetings, my name is Natasha White and I am the Virginia Director of Community Engagement at Interfaith Action for Human Rights. IAHR and the Virginia Coalition on Solitary Confinement are committed to ending the torture of incarcerated individuals. In the 2022 legislative session, Senate Bill 108, which would have limited the use of isolation, was introduced. Although we did not get our acts, SB 108 was converted into a study bill to document the use and effects of restorative housing units in Virginia. Unfortunately, restorative housing is just another name for solitary confinement. The ninth name, to be exact, in the last 10 years. However, it entails a person being isolated in a small cell with minimal to no contact with others. There is nothing restorative about it. The problem is not how restorative housing is being used, but the practice still exists. Isolating a person from everyone else is inhumane and ineffective. Solitary confinement is an additional punishment given at an officer's discretion within prisons outside of official court sentencing. So many studies have shown the damage that it causes an individual mentally. Self-mutilation and ultimately suicide is the only way out for some, not including the multitude of mysterious deaths that may be the fate of others like Anwar Phillips. What happened to Anwar Phillips? His death was reported a suicide in January of 2022 at Red Onion Prison, but the death certificate states neck compression by ligature equaling homicide. His mother deserves answers. How about the suicide of Shannon Jennings? Shannon asked to be put in protective custody and after only a single day there committed suicide. Why was no one checking on Shannon? But he is not the only one to commit suicide in solitary. Sean Pulley committed suicide in 2018. He had a history of struggling with mental health. Research has shown that the adverse effects of solitary confinement are especially significant for persons with serious mental illness. The stress, lack of meaningful social contact, and unstructured days can exacerbate symptoms of illness and provoke reoccurrence. And then there is Jordan Charity. In 2018, Jordan committed suicide at Red Onion Prison at the age of 20. There have been so many lives lost, so many families and mothers' hearts breaking. Statistics show people exposed to solitary confinement are 78% more likely to die by suicide. These preventable deaths aren't outliers. In the U.S., where the use of solitary confinement is widespread, an estimated 80,000 people are held in some form of isolation on any given day. Across the country, since the pandemic began, there has been 500% increase in the use of solitary confinement, with more than 300,000 people being held in these cruel and inhumane conditions since June 2020 in the federal and state systems. Those in isolation are at a higher risk of death due to mysterious circumstances. These individuals are left alone with no third party to check on their safety and well-being. They are human beings who have rights and should not be subjected to this dangerous, torturous practice. On behalf of IAHR, I want to extend our prayers for strength and healing to those who lost their loved ones in solitary confinement, and those who will lose their loved ones to this torturous punishment in the future if it is not stopped. A new Senate bill will come again in the next legislative session. Help us stop this horrific torture. The change starts here. Vote yes to saving lives. Solitary no more, VA.